You can still pull them in to the boat on high drag, but you've got to make sure the fish is close enough to get it in the boat. If you keep pulling in high drag and the fish is 25 or 30 feet away from you, you will break the line. The other reasons that I do things a certain way is your thumbs will get tired by doing this. Okay? That's supposed to be the reel, like you're reeling. What I do is I pop it up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And I'll show you that on this next one. For movement of Michael, or your character, YouTuber, you go left or right to swing the body this way. You go up, which brings the rod tip down. You go down, which brings the rod tip up, to create slack, to keep reeling, to get the fish in the boat. So you're constantly going up and down while you're going up and down, faster on this one and slower on this one. Ready, set, go. So those are the big fish. Everything else in here is pretty much medium. There is another big one right here. Where is she? She's a little tougher to catch. But they love these worms. Oh, if you can get the crawdad. To get the crawdad, you got to challenge Edward, because he carries that crawdad. And you got to beat him in the arcade mode. Now I just turned the camera because I shifted my body, which turns the camera. And as you can see, I'm 54 feet away from the boat. Slow manipulation of that worm, which is just like so I just went to low drag. I got to get her in. So she's getting closer to the boat. I'm going to go back to high drag and pull her in. See, as I'm pulling, you can see the line. I got her. She's in. That's a medium. It's not a heavy.
I'll take it.
You get a better idea what it's doing.
Drop the rod. Rod left. Drop the rod tip.
You can kind of see how the body's shifting back and forth.
The line's gonna break.
The line's not going to break.
Drop the rod tip.
Whenever he says line's going to break and you have a small or a medium fish, point the rod tip down. Sometimes you forget because you're doing, and you can't move anything until you make your cast. So I want to see if I can get a good visual here. See, he's flipping now. So I'm going to reel this up, but not completely up. We want to see what he's doing at the top of the water. See how the body shifts? Like oh, here's a better idea. Floating baits work awesome too. Because you're going to get the view from the back of the boat, or the back of the bait. Now you can see how he shifts. One idea of him being able to catch the fish is you'll hear him say, "Bite it." And that's in all characters. It's the same male voice. I think it's Michael's voice. So you can see how I can get him to dance right here. Just by shifting his weight. See what the lure does? When you swing that line, you shift that weight. So when you see the line doing this, you know I'm kind of dancing on that boat. If you get it too close, it's just going to reel in. See, once it reels in, you're kind of screwed. See the movement that he's doing? And all that is you're going all the way up with your roller on your remote. See? Pull to the left, pull to the right, pull to the left, straight up, straight up, straight up, down. Reeling, pop it, down. It kind of dances with the music. It gives you an idea what a jerk bait, what a float bait does. This is walking the dog. Alright, we're good. Triangle get you back in the boat. Let's go get some big girls now. Those are medium and smalls, that's why we're moving on. Now people usually pass this area, so they're not really looking for it. But if you slow down, you'll see that there's a change, right? You got shallow, shallow, and then it's going to go deep right about here, about 1.5 feet. Well, look at there. And this is reality, by the way. When you're fishing out on the water, you will run into this. Oh, look, there's a striper. They're fun. We're going to catch him too, because he's going to screw us up. So we're right on top of that fish, right? There he is, right there. You don't want to go with that. You want to go with a plastic. Or actually, this bait will work because it will suspend and stay down in the water column. Now we're going to change the color. I'm just going to throw over it and bring it to it. Now, I'm at 22 feet in front of the boat. So I'm not going to reel. I'm just going to play up and down with my rod tip. Every time I pick it up, notice it's moving. See the movement? See the tail? You can do this literally with your rods underwater with fish. You want to establish movement, which means that thing is alive. Let me take a look at it. Now it's going to bounce. I'm only moving inches. So I'm at 21.3 feet, which is 21 feet 3 inches. I've only moved 1/2 inch. You're going to see that 3 become a 2. It means I moved it 1 full inch. Oops. That's a foot. So you got to get rid of the slack. As you bounce it, it creates dust, which the fish can fill with the lateral lines. That's a big fish. We got him. These lateral lines on the fish fill movement. So anytime something's pulsating underwater or creating dust, it's creating sound. They can also feel and hear and smell. That's why a lot of anglers, Kevin Van Dam has his own stuff like the fish sticks, which I use. There's other baits, smells out there, which do work. Technically, I really haven't had any success using any kind of attractant. It's more manipulation of the bait and you're fooling the fish to believe that plastic is alive. Crawdads work the best. Worms work the best. You've heard of a robo worm, or you've heard of a power bait. Zoom baits make freaking awesome baits. They make awesome crawdads. Havoc, the same thing. Bobby Lane crawdad, big in Passaic. Passaic Lagoon and Passaic Upper Lake, running with a slider weight. If you go on and look at the fish that I've caught in the lagoon, you will see that most of them are caught on plastics. Seldom are they caught on a jerk or a hard bait, but I do catch big fish on those. So let's get back to the game, shall we? Let's release. That's it. There is a big girl in here. You got to find her. Sometimes she's in this grass. The whole thing with this game is you want to practice. The more practice you have, it's almost like actually being on the water, which is freaking badass. Oh, I gotta use badass. Let's get that striper. What's so cool about this game is you can catch anything at any time and get a proper idea on how to catch these fish when you're on the water.